Initiation by Elisabeth Haich. Chapter 6. I Long for Unity. One day Mother received an invitation to visit a cousin who, with her husband and sons, had moved away to live in the city. The whole family came out of the house to welcome us. The two boys eyed us critically, and we two girls gave them a thorough inspection, all in silence, until our aunt sent us into the children's room. Suddenly we found ourselves in a little boy's world. They had a train that ran on a track, a little printing press, and a magic lantern. Everything impressed me greatly, but what excited me the most was the fact that the boys had many books, all books by Jules Verne. We had a grand time, and it was late in the evening before we went home. Our two families got along together quite harmoniously, and from then on we saw each other every week. These afternoons were pleasant and enjoyable, and the boys were very well brought up and happy. Under the influence of what I had once read in a book, I was always seeking a kind of external unity in friendship, but my girlfriends in school made fun of me. They were not interested in such stupid things. Now, I suggested to the boys that we make a pact of eternal friendship. They found this a splendid idea. However, the younger boy, who had a strong will and was thus inclined to be the ringleader, said that we would each have to show our signature. So each of us was obliged to write his name on a piece of paper. The two boys and Greet wrote their names with the first letters very big and provided with all kinds of fancy twists. The remaining letters they wrote as illegibly as possible, finishing off with an impressive curlicue. I found all these embellishments superfluous and wrote my name very simple, with very simple, clearly illegible letters. After looking at the signatures, the younger boy turned to me with his voice full of scorn. "What? You want to enter a pact of eternal friendship? You want to be a member in an alliance of friends, and you don't even have a decent signature? You can't win our friendship alliance until you have a decent signature." Whereupon the two boys and Greet formed their pact for everlasting friendship in life and death. I was profoundly disappointed, defeated, dejected. No sooner had I reached home and hung up my hat and coat than I began to practice my signature. I wrote my name 1,000 times, beginning with the first letter with a gigantic curve and scribbling off the remaining letters in completely illegible manner. I attempted to imitate the signature of our family doctor, who wrote such completely illegible prescriptions. Then I finished my work of art with a long line that wove back and forth across the page. It was artificial. It was anything but true and real. But next Saturday, I was able to meet my two friends proudly. Now, just look what I have. Now I have a signature too. And with that, I scribbled the most impressive signature on a piece of paper. The two boys and Greet examined my work of art. And then the younger one said, "Good. Your signature is still too legible, but we're going to accept it anyway and take you as a member in our alliance." I expected to be happy now that my wish was fulfilled, but strangely enough, I could not. No, something was not as it should be. And back home, standing before the mirror and looking face to face at the invisible myself, I heard a voice within me. Your signature was false. It was not your picture. Do you believe that you can obtain true things through false things? True friendship with a false signature? People who cannot accept your true signature cannot be your true friends. End of quote. I turned away from the mirror sadly and went to bed. I could no longer use the signature that I had practiced so long. I was revolted by it. I knew that this eternal friendship in life and death was just as artificial a thing as my signature, and that these two boys hadn't the vaguest idea about what kind of friendship I was seeking. Real, true, eternal friendship that stands over time and space. And I was alone in my search for true friendship, my search for true unity. Alone, alone.